Welcome back.
Welcome back. This is our 4th day.
Day 4. They can't see. It's like this. You don't know how many fingers. Here, 4. This is a crazy day. Again, the lighting. The lighting matters to me. Your face is good. I need to like this.
Okay, John. As long as I look okay.
Okay, that's true. I actually agree.
You are handsome,
no,
and
you're
then
beautiful, honey. So
no, I know. Just
there. See the light. Okay. Anyway, hold on. Let me try this. Does that work? Ridiculous. Hey, Bobby. What's up?
Hi, Pastor Bobby.
So we had Emotionally Healthy Spirituality today. We launched it at church. Off to a good start.
Awesome.
Come home. And I have to take Sungshim to the airport. She's going up to San Francisco. We are invited to teach at a church. I can't go. She's going. So we're like, when are we going to do it? We're going to do it now. So that's what we're doing. And so what are we going to talk about? Okay, quick review.
Yes, the first day.
Okay, big summary. Gottman says, research says, life experience says, increase positivity in your marriage, decrease negativity. It's so simple, but just find out what are the attitudes and behaviors you can do to do those two things.
Mm-hmm. So we introduced that one of the easiest way of increase positivity, probably think about the good qualities of your spouse and express. And I think if you don't get to express, just hold those thoughts based upon Bible, Philippians.
Yeah, think about the good things in your partner. That's what we did. That increases positivity.
And especially the character of that person that you fell in love with, that can be a source of pain later in your life, trust me. So then continuously note the beauty of God that is reflected in your spouse. Later, when you have that enough deposit, you'll be able
That's
to...
good, baby. That's way too long on the summary.
Okay.
So we're going to try to keep this one to 10 minutes.
Yes.
So then day 2, do you remember day 2? It decreased negativity.
Yeah, that decrease in negativity,
Was that like
the big brain question.
When you're in pain, when the question you're answering in your heart, in your brain, will you be there for me? And you perceive the answer is no, what do you do? When you're in that kind of pain, what do you do? Do you talk to Jesus? Do you take a walk? You can take a walk and talk to Jesus. And that's what we encourage. We have some suggestions on that. Yesterday, we talked about increasing positivity, and then the power of interest. How do you actively show interest in your partner, in your husband or your wife? And so, Julie's here.
Hi, Julie. December Long, our friend, had a good point. I think we didn't highlight it as much, but that's true that when you don't have energy, it's really hard for you to take interest in your spouse. Maybe you are the person who grew up in a way that your interest really didn't matter to your parents, so that you don't even learn to pay attention to your interests. And how could you even pay attention to your spouse's interests? So again, same thing. There is a God that we believe. That's why I really believe the Christian marriage, that there is a hope in God, that there is this being who's looking out for you, and your interest is always his first priority. So I think that's how we continuously draw our strengths to give ourselves to our spouse.
Good. So how are you paying attention to, do you even know what your spouse's top interests are? So that's even, you could even list it and talk about it, or even brainstorm. I think they're interested in this. Like we gave the example of going to pho, going to concerts, maybe watching a kind of movie. Like maybe your husband or wife likes action movies and you don't. But then we even talked about let's say I like action movies and you don't.
Yeah, instead of like, what the heck? What kind of movie is that? What kind of person are you who like that kind of movie?
What would we rather like?
So Jenny Kim said, like, tell me more.
Tell me more.
Yeah,
tell me
who's
more.
in there? Like, what's the plot of the story?
Or even knowing you like to go to pho, I'll be like, yeah, let's go to pho.
I know, even though it's
you
fake,
like it. You like it.
I like it. Okay, so now
good. Summarize. Now to today,
summarize.
We're going to talk about something called RC, Relationship Circuit. And actually, I Googled and I put it in a link in another post on Facebook. By the way, I'm downloading all the Facebook videos and putting it on my YouTube channel, so it's easier to find later if you want. So you can. That's how you can access it. RC checklist. When I did that, it's almost like they had like a plain takeoff checklist. There's a little card you can buy from Life Model Works. one of our ministries that we work with, and we wrote Joyful Journey with. We'll talk about that at some point. And there's some questions here, but the whole reason why it's important to know the relationship circuit checklist, RC for short, is to know, are we interacting in a relational way, or are we relating in a transactional way? So it's relational or transactional. Martin Buber calls it I thou versus I it. So if I relate to Sungshim relationally, it's I thou, like she's a human being with interest or concerns and joys. If it's an I it, it's she's getting in my way of reaching my goals, or she's just like a burden, or she's a tool to help me reach my goals. Rather than like she's another human being with dreams and goals and hopes and concerns. So I thou versus I it. When our relational circuits are turned off, we turn into an I it, just transactional. But when they're on,
basically when RC is on, relational circuit is on, I think the relationship is more important than the problem. So when RC is on, I say it again, the relationship, the person, your spouse, is more important than the problem. But when it is not the other way, actually the problem is bigger than the person or the relationship you have. But when you meditate on God's love, the way that He relates to us, the reason that we fall in love with God over and over again, He never failed to put me and His relationship with me first. Even though you royally messed up, He makes sure you, Sungshim, my child, you belong to me. The relationship between you and me never in question. So again, it ties to who God is to us. And then He invites us to imitate the way that He loved us. And
I even think of Jesus. You just think of how Jesus interacts with people. He's always revealing that the relationship is most important. Even like the woman at the well or the woman caught in adultery, He does address the problem. He does address the issue. Don't live this way anymore. You're destroying your life. Go and sin no more. But the relationship is, I'm with you, I'm for you. My posture, my words, my care reveals that this relationship is more important than those struggles, than those sins, than that warped way of living. So that's what we're revealing, is when your relational circuits are on, you can reveal that the relationship is the foundation where problems can be solved, not the most important thing is to solve this problem. I don't care what happens to the relationship. And then
I noticed in my life that why this concept is really important to decrease, in a sense, negative interaction between you and your spouse is that, number one is the awareness. Awareness is a really important skill. I don't think that I was aware that there is such thing called the relational circuit in our system.
No, you weren't.
I was not aware of it. I thought, and then the funny thing is, we cannot talk about it so much. If you are more interested, we will provide another opportunity. Dan Siegel's like simple brain concepts really help us to understand that you have this, as a human being, we are mammal, that we have this predator in us, that when there's this dangerous situation, we are going to go after, or we are going to run away. So there's this instinctual level of survival thing. So when I'm in an interaction with John, and when I perceive that your no or your failure of loving me the way that I want, I feel danger. I mean, again, it happens so fast that you cannot even articulate it. Then I turn into this beast that I want to go and kill John.
Yes. Baby, you're introducing the whole new concept that we weren't going to introduce that, remember?
Oh, I thought that was related. So anyway.
Well, actually, we have to wrap up, but I wanted to say hi to some people. Hey, Pin, Vicente, it says Tom. I don't know if it's Tom or Mark. Hi. Terry. I don't know if I know Terry, but hello.
Oh, Tom, Walter.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's Tom or if it's Mark. I think it's Mark, because Mark disguises his name.
Okay, it's all right.
So I have to take you to the airport.
That's true.
So sorry to interrupt.
But what was the
What's the point?
So why
the content is make sure you're relating to your spouse in a relational way, and you have to figure out when you're not and what you're going to do. It's another way of interrupting that cycle. And do I actually see this person as a human being, or are they like a tool to accomplish my goals, or are they getting in the way of accomplishing my goals? That's an I-it relationship. That's like transactional, not relational. So
just humble yourself and repent?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
humble yourself, just admit I see this. I'm relating right now transactionally, and I think we have to come back to it.
Okay, so sorry.
So sorry. It's a little like Sungshim upso. Why don't you explain that?
No, we don't have time.
Okay.
We'll go.
We'll talk. Hi, Tom. But yeah, we'll talk more. And anyway, let's do our closing thing. So how do we do this? What should we do?
I think just know that God's RC is on always towards you. I think that's
just know that God is always relating to you. Kindness. Okay, we're looking for our closure. Okay, this is our goodbye. I don't know what it is. I'm so sad.
So sad that we cannot be here alone. Okay, bye.
Bye. How do I turn this thing off? Okay.
Oh my God, this is odd. I really don't like it. It's not fun.
It's fun.
Bye,
Grace. Bye.
Bye.